Alright, we're going to listen to an annoying noise. Oh, hear it? Squeaky squeak. Squeaky squeak. It's driving me absolutely insane, so let's fix that. So what is it? The alternator. It's the bearings inside of it. Yeah, the bearings inside of it have been squeaking since I got the truck. And I originally thought it was the belt tensioner and whatnot, and I changed all that. I kind of noticed that whenever I was changing all of it, that the alternator pulley was making the alternator squeak as I spun it. And it's only a matter of time before those things seize up and cause a real problem. Okay, so I'll give you a little view here of all the fun I'm about to have. I gotta see which way this goes. I forget. If I can find out where is that key. Okay, it's right here. The last time I had to move the fan in such a way. There we go. Let's see. That might be enough. It might be. Of course, you need to leave room so you can push and remove the belt. Let's see if I can do both. Okay. I can. So that's good. So we're going to leave that right there on top. I'm probably just going to leave that in place. If it'll stay. No, it won't. Alright, we'll put it up here. So now, stand on the bumper without falling off it. These bolts here. Sure, that holds the top part. Assume they're also the same, which is a 10 millimeter. Let me grab my ratchet wrench and I'll be right back. Got my ratchet back. This brake's loose. Jeez. Maybe I don't need to break them loose. I bet I can use my impact on it. Makes it a lot quicker. Oh yeah, that's not even that tight. That was easy enough. You know, it's pretty crazy to think. I'm excited for Gyro Day, and it's kind of new to me. I'm 36, and I've never had a gyro until this year. Now I think they're like the greatest thing ever. I mean, I guess you definitely can have a bad one, but we have an awesome place locally, and it's just been great. Said before it was just down there. So I could grab this, bring it up top. I wonder why it's all smoky looking there. You see that? What's going on there? Alright. Then, if my fingers work, I can get this all undone. This is usually a nut, holds it on. There. And if we're lucky, it is also a 10 mil. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, maybe it's not. Either that or my ratchet's broke. What's going on? A little afraid. Okay. Alright. There, got it. You just really got to squeeze that. Got my alternator. Now the fun begins. Gonna use this homemade vise. You know, I dealt up here last summer, I think that's when I did it. And this is why I did it. Because I could make it open up as far as I want, and I had a bunch of scrap at work. So grab this guy. So I'm going to get this pulley off. So what I'm going to do is, I've seen that I could purchase the bearings that are squeaking in this. So I'm going to take off this pulley, and then we got 4 long bolts that go through the case. We're going to split the case, and then we'll dive into the inside of it, and I'm going to pull the bearings off the rotor here. And then in the back of the case, I think it's pressed in. I have to punch it out and then put a new one in. And then put it all together, put it back on the truck, and hopefully everything is fixed, which why wouldn't it be at that point? So okay, so for this Ford alternator, as in on a, this is specifically a 2003 F250 with the V10. We'll see, 11 or 15/16 socket for the pulley nut. Okay, you see that was easy enough. I just held it with the glove. Got my nut, don't lose that. Pulley comes right off. So now I can spin this around. I said 4 bolts. Some alternators are different. This one is 3. Got 1, 2, 3 right here. So I need to grab myself a small socket. It looks like maybe, I assume these are metric, looks like an 8mm. Okay, I got these broken loose. Use this, finish it all out. And just so you know, I've never done this before, so I don't know how this is going to go yet. This might be a complete failure or not, but either way, you're going to see it. Hopefully it works out. So I got my 3 bolts out. This should come apart. I don't know how it's going to come apart yet. I don't know if I gotta maybe tap on, hold this in, maybe tap on these ears here. Maybe. That might be the better solution. I don't know how easily it comes apart yet. I gotta grab myself, probably wouldn't want to use a steel like hammer. So little rubber mallet, a dead blow, something a little bit easier on that. Mine's laying on the ground over here for some reason, so that's kind of convenient. And I'm just going to, not sure how I want to have this in here, because this vise isn't the greatest, but it works. I just need something to hold it. That's not holding it, huh? But it does look like I have separation already, so that's a plus. So let me take advantage of ears on this, and then I'll use what are those things called? A punch, something. Just won't get too rough with it, and I'll work it evenly around, and then that should do the job. Of course, now I gotta find a punch that I don't know where, anything is. I think I found one, so this will work. Try this. This little. That feels loose. Not sure. Try this side. Not sure how this is going yet. I got really how much life happening. Oop. Thought I just broke an ear. Let's see. Maybe. Nobody knows for sure. This doesn't feel right. I just don't want to break it. So I'm just kind of working it off. I think it's coming. I think it's coming off. Just trying to be gentle. Oop. Oh yeah. Anybody see that? because they just throw stuff around for no reason. Okay, I got that part, but I need to get this separated. This part is moving. This part looks like it might be in there a little bit more, so. Alright, so it's the next day because, one, my microphone died and I realized the last, part of the video I was filming, it was just silence. So, I'm going to pick up where I left off. And where I left off was, I did end up getting this thing apart. And you saw I was struggling with it. And that's mostly because this thing, the truck itself, I think it sat for a couple years at least. And then all this stuff was stuck together, so it took a lot more effort, and things started to break. And then even after that, all 3 screws there snapped trying to get those off. So I'd have to extract those, and eventually then I'd replace the bearing. But anyways, this bearing was completely seized. I can't even move it, so that's what my squeaking was. One in the back wasn't bad. To replace, it wasn't perfect, but it was okay still. But after I had all that happen, and the other thing too was the slip rings here are so worn down. There's not supposed to be shoulders on this. Those are supposed to be pretty flat across and cleaned up. So that whole thing was on its way out. At some point it was going to stop charging. So I just opted to get a new one. But I kind of showed you somewhat what would be involved in something like this. I mean, there's other videos out there, guys doing a way better job than what I was doing, because I don't really have the best stuff to work with. But hey, whatever. Just wanted to show you that. So I do have a new one here. There she is. That was my Amazon special. Luckily, I found it online. I'll put a link in the description for anybody working on this truck. Like early 2000s Ford Super Duty. Same alternator, I believe, for the 5.4 and the 6.8 V10, which mine is the V10. But the new alternator was $140, and I bought it last night at like 9 o'clock, and it's here today. So that's awesome. So now I'm going to just get right back to the truck. I'm going to get that one installed and then just keep going. All right, I'm back now. So, just had to grab my tools so I can tighten this all up. There you are, Allie. Yep. Cool.
It's gonna be a back over here.
Okie dokie. I just realized I did not have to take those bolts the whole way out. Oh well. Go. So now, put my stud back on since I got my bracket back on. And these just get threaded back in. Okay, that's it. Nice and smooth. Now I can put my belt back on. Okay. Really far down. There we go. Just like that. Bring me out of here so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I got my long Harbor Freight breaker bar done on keyway for the tensioner. pull down that way and then lift the belt up. So we're all good now. If I can get it back out. There we go. So we're good. Make sure it's all down. It's on those pulleys. Yep, that's good. All right. I'm gonna start the truck and yeah, noise should be gone. Nice. Okay, so got that all wrapped up. Truck's running good now. His squeak's gone. Allie's coming.
Daddy, who is that?
So yeah, unfortunately, this part didn't work out real well, but oh well, sometimes it happens. So now I got a new alternator on the truck, and that's cool too, I guess, except for I didn't want to spend that much money on it, but whatever. So yeah, next time might be back on this thing, putting it together, or I'll do something else with the truck. Who knows, maybe back on the F250, but we'll see. So thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.